Okay, I've got some meetings today, so I have to keep this to 30 or 40 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
So there's been breakthroughs of random lucidity. You know what lucidity means?
Okay, can you come again? I couldn't hear the last parts there.
Do you know the word lucidity?
Lucidity. Can you, okay, you can explain it because I only know when it's mentioned in the dream states, like
Yeah, that's right.
when they dream states.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like a clarity. It's like a wordless clarity, I guess is the best way to describe it. But to me, it's got a tinge of liquid. I don't know. Like a clarity, but almost like a surreal like aspect to it, like realer than real, you know. So
Yeah.
um calm, lucid is there's definitely a calm aspect to the phrase. Almost like
Yeah.
rising above something. I think people, if you're, you know, at a moment of lucidity would be like, moment of clarity, understanding, and calm. People use in a regular conversation, but the way I'm using it, it's sort of like my story of Haiti, right? It was just a moment where everything was just like, except instead of listening, watching people like, swarm me and, churches without walls, it's more like, looking at grass or something. Nothing spectacular. There's been more and more moments of lucidity coming through, barreling up.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate, but don't grasp onto, you know, sort of let pass. So that's nice.
Beautiful.
Was there a time in your journey where there was sort of peaks of lucidity before there was a abiding state?
Yeah, here there would be glimpses every now and then. Glimpses, uh, the so-called reality being seen by no one. That's it's just what is. There's never been any story. There's never been any movement. There's never been anyone. It's used as well to be seen in those glimpses. Um that's what seems to be this person is never really there. It's just how the totality, the vastness, what is, expresses itself as this. So those glimpses would come every now and then they may seem to something may seem to like that's how can I put it? It's never used to be seen again, you know, when that sense of separation was like trying to like come back here and it was like on and off until uh like everything collapsed and it was recognized that it wasn't even there. So the collapsing that happened, it was illusory as well. It's just one of the appearances. You know, everything is always this. There's always this, what is. There's never been any story, nothing happening, no movement, no journey, no past, no present, no future, just this as it is. And this is already what is being longed for. And even the longing itself is this. It's just this which isn't longing for anything, appearing as longing for something. It's very funny. It's very funny in a way.
After listening to you for 4 years, I've I've stopped putting enlightenment on a pedestal. You know, I've stopped thinking that I've stopped longing. There isn't longing. It's I've internalized the message that there's nothing to long for. You know, and that the sort of deeper glimpses or abiding vision will happen or it won't. But whatever it is already here. So I don't know. I mean, I still do the things, I still meditate, I still have these calls, I still read stuff, but it's almost reflexive, because I know that there's not anything different than what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This, in a way, may seem to express as somebody who's searching, who's looking for something. But that's as it is, the longing, the meditation, everything, the reciting mantras, it's somehow it is seen here that it's not wrong, it's not right. It's just how this which is nothing expresses itself, whether there's no desire to seek or a desire to seek, it doesn't really matter to this, because everything or every apparent thing is already this. Nothing matters at all. Even when something seems to say, but this matters, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. And then there is that relaxation, But at times, when there's that sense of separation, something may seem to get lost in the imagination, get lost in the story. Getting lost in the story, it's when something keeps on searching as if there's something to find. That as well can be allowed here to play out until it's exhausted, its imaginary self is exhausted in a way. So it's okay. Whatever that seems to be happening, it's okay. It's okay. Because this isn't going nowhere already. So the going somewhere, it doesn't matter to that which isn't going anywhere. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And that which seems to get lost in the imagination or in the story, it can be seen through that it's not even there as separate from this. It's not really there. It can be seen when there is that um, when the attention is not caught up in the imagination or in the story, when the attention is right here, it's not like traveling in the in different stories that are not even there, you know. But when it travels, when it seems to travel, which already isn't happening, it may seem to struggle, to suffer, you know. But that's already not happening, you know. It's just an imagination. That which is imagined can never really go anywhere, can never really achieve anything, can never really have any clarification because it's just an imagination. There can be a noticing that all this is imagined, all these stories are imaginary. There's no real story, there's no real separate you and others. It's just all those are just appearances in this vastness, totality, or you can call it unconditional love, because everything is allowed to be as it is without judgment, you know. Actually, this can never really judge itself, you know. It doesn't really see the other, because what seems to be the other is already itself. So nothing matters to this, because everything is this. So the story of Charles just didn't happen. It never happened, and it's not happening. It's just imaginary. There's no story here now. There's no story except as a thought, except as a memory. Even the memory itself, when you try to look for the memory, you can't see anything. You know, there is no memory. There is no imagination. There's nothing here. There's just this. We can say explosion of color and sound, boundless energy dancing, appearing to dance. So it's actually beautiful for no one, and it's okay when something seems to say it's beautiful to me, even though there's already no me. But it's just this expressing itself.
What do you think of fear? Fear. It's like,
Fear, I think it has to do with the thought of being a body, the thought that seems to say I'm this body. So I'm this body. I was born one day, then I will die one day. I'm afraid to die now because I have children to take care of. I have a family. So there'll be fear there because something seems to identify with the body.
good
You know,
example. Thanks for bringing that one up.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it has to do with being here, with being somebody who's here. then there will be extreme fear because something identifies with the body. But when it is seen through that there is no one who's actually identifying with anything, there's just vastness. So vastness isn't afraid of death because vastness, it doesn't see death. There's no death because it was never born. So therefore, it never dies. There is only life. Life has no birth and death. Life has no beginning and end. It's just life. Life is not a man or a woman or somebody. It's just life. But at times it may seem to express as somebody who's afraid, who has fear, until it is recognized that all there is life. So fear dissipates. So if there is actually nobody here, as there is nobody here, then where can fear belong to? What to say about fear? Who's afraid if there's no one here? Can only be a thought. What is a thought? Can it be seen? And by whom? There's nothing here. All there is this totality. Yeah, there's so much space here that everything is allowed to play out. You know, the story may seem to play out until it's exhausted and dissipates. You know, anything may appear here. It doesn't really matter. This uh, totality and its appearances are one. So it's actually totality appearing, if I should say, as what seems to be things. It's not that they're just appearances and the totality. They are two. No, it's just one. This appearing as that. This appearing as the sense of being separate from everything. But it's just a sense. It doesn't belong to anyone. It's already empty. The fear doesn't belong to anyone. It's already empty. Fear has to do with the thought of being a body, a thought that seems to identify with the body, or a muscular thought that seems to own other thoughts until it is recognized that it's just another thinking happening. Even the thought, the muscular thought, is just another thinking happening in this, as this. Doesn't belong to anyone. There's just empty fullness for no one. Yeah, there's no separation. There's just seeing. This seeing is not somebody seeing. It doesn't belong to anyone. It's just empty. It's not a man seeing. It's not a woman seeing. It's not a thing seeing. It doesn't have the past, doesn't have the future. There's no future, there's no past, there's no present. It's just empty. It doesn't see anything. But what seems to be labels may seem to be imposed in this seeing. The knowledge and the memory about things, names, different names, labels, just they may seem to just to pop up in this seeing. It's just what's happening. The seeing itself is empty. It's not local. It's vast. Even what seems to be the local seeing, it can be seen that it's imaginary. There is no actual local seeing. There's just seeing that is vast, that is spacious already. It's not the eyes that see, but it's nothing. Don't know what to call it.
Sometimes you come out with this expressions, you know, in a way that you've never said it before. Gotta write that down when that happens.
Yeah, beautiful.